Welcome again to Borderless Within with another episode. This is your host, Ahmed Abdi, the author of Between Nations Within myself, and I have two special guests today. They are two ambitious founders based in Finland, building Mechanical Monkeyz at the intersection of creativity, culture, and business. One brings the technical and entrepreneurial experience of building companies across software, AI, and digital innovation, while the other brings a deep passion for fashion, style, and cultural expression. Together, they combine strategy, execution, and creative energy to shape a brand driven by originality, ambition, and modern vision. Their journey reflects growth, resilience, and the power of combining different strengths to build something meaningful. Devontay Cross and Mohamed Issa, welcome to Borderless Within.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
man. Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me.
much for having
Thanks
us.
for having me. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so before we jump in to the fun part and the initiatives, I just want to say these two are my homeboys. As you guys can see, I am actually wearing the original one,
Yeah,
where everything
first
started.
edition.
The, yeah,
The
first
first
edition.
edition, yeah.
Yeah.
So let
Uh,
me start with asking. We can start with Devontae. Who is Devontae?
I'm Devontay. Yes,
Okay,
sir. Oh, you want to ask
explain.
who am I?
Yes,
In general.
100%. That's what we do
Uh,
over here.
okay, okay. So how should I explain myself? Where should I start? This.
You
It's
can
about to
you
be
can
a
start
long
whatever
story.
you want.
So Devontay is an athlete, a father, and an entrepreneur. So mixing all three of those, man, I've lived a tough life. To play professional sports, to be an entrepreneur, and to be a father, and do all that stuff, man. That means you chose a tough life.
100%.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Who is Mohammed?
Guy you're about to find out about, man. Listen, I'm uh, I don't know how to. I'm a guy who likes fashion. I have a long career in marketing. I love sports. I like, I go to the gym, and I really, I always felt like clothing was part of identity, and it's something that we're going to get into in this podcast. And before we continue, do you mind showing? There's an image in the back that of the first edition. So it's a smaller logo that you have in the front. So if you don't mind, just make a little 360 for the people that's
Me,
watching.
right?
Let him have
Yeah.
it. Let him see that
Yeah.
bad boy. Oh,
Yeah.
the heat. Yeah. Hey, hey. See. Yeah, 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 yeah. Throw it up. Yeah. I just wanted to put it on there,
Hell yeah.
it's all good.
Good stuff.
Man, I've been
Good.
watching you guys, the journey. I've been following the journey from the beginning, and I just love the fact of how it's growing, and what's it's about to be. And but before going even more into it, first I just we talk about in this podcast we talk about identity, we talk about belonging, and the questions that shape the society today, etc. So how do your culture or cultures, coming from different backgrounds and cultures, um, how does it show up in your work with Mechanical Monkeys?
Um, we use symbolism within the designs we create. If you look at
I'm sorry, Devante. I don't know what it is, but I think that either you're far away from the microphone or could you
can you hear
check?
me? Can you hear me better
Yeah,
now?
much better.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, like with the designs that we have, there's a lot of symbolism within these designs that mean certain things. Now that I've zoomed in a bit, you can see the different digital cards because I'm more on the AI side, do all the tech work and stuff, and I lead the pack. But if you look at the different African designs. You have now these were created by Mo. These shirts in particular were created by Mo in terms of making it represent each type of monkey that we originally had within Mechanical Monkeyz, which we just changed maybe a few months ago. Now we have like five different tribes, and it goes in based more on your role within the team or your lifestyle and things of that nature. But these monkeys here, I mean, it's a monkey rocking the fro, the guns, the African symbolism, Nigerian symbolisms, the tech pack on the side, like so it's like a chip, and then it's a warrior. So all that stuff means something. And with Mo's shirt, being from Somalia, he got the pirate. He rocks the pirate, and he could go more into his design. If
Uh, there's there's obviously, as you can see, it's the better looking tribe. The or about is his AI monkey. I also want to add because my boy is from Kentucky. Saying fried chicken. You know what I mean? And so and over there they in the South they like their guns and shit. So I put a fucking cannon. Excuse my language. I put a cannon on his bad boy just to and down south they people got extra straps for no reason. And mine is the pirate tribe, and that's because I'm from Somalia, and one of the things that came up is that in the coast of Somalia they had this thing called piracy and stuff like this. And I remember it being such an interesting story, not because of the piracy, but the reason behind why people did piracy. And when I looked into it, what really touched me is that the story of why people were doing piracy. It's not because people wanted to be bad people, but I just felt like anybody under the circumstances, as the fisherman, you can't make business on land. You can't get fishes from the sea. What's left, and I recommend people to really look into the real story of why people did piracy. Not saying it's a good thing under any means, but I'm just saying that sometimes it's easier to judge from a distance when you don't understand what's been happening. And I kind of assimilated with that story. And when you
Okay.
when you move into, I'm obviously in Finland. I've been here like 36 years, and it's something that you're always going to be on some level kind of explaining yourself and having that underdog mentality. And I felt like the pirate would be an interesting play on the whole situation. And that's my big reason why I went with it. And obviously it
Okay.
was better looking than the AI monkey, so I just had to put it on there. Don't take
Yeah,
it
yeah.
personally.
All right. So why did you guys choose the monkey? Why the monkey?
So this goes back to the roots of the company. So originally, this was an NFT project, and the monkey was the highest level of NFTs that you can create. So if you want to have a successful project, you need to be a monkey or something similar to that. And it all started with some of the big blue chip companies. You had the Board Ape Yacht Club and stuff like that. And then you had these different monkey NFTs coming out. They were just selling out, selling crazy. So during that time, we had all came together and we were coming up with different names. We came up with different type of animals, and then we came to a realization that we need to have something with monkeys. It's like it has to be something with monkeys. And the original plan was to create this art and quickly drop it, make quick money, and then go on to the next project. But as time went on, we began adding utilities and different type of elements to turn this into an actual brand, more than just like a quick NFT, a quick art project and dropping it. So now it has evolved to what it is today. So
Okay, very interesting. Do you guys feel any pressure to represent uh, the brand with having your backgrounds as Devontay being an African American and then uh, Mohammed being a Somali in Europe, in Finland?
Um, yeah, it's a bit different here. Coming from all the way outside of Finland in general, I don't speak the language. When I came here, it was originally to visit, and then I came back to play football, and then I was supposed to leave. That was supposed to be the whole gist of things. And I go back to the States, do my business there, and continue to make money because it's easier to make money in the States. And Finland's very conservative, so when you're coming out with something new, representation, the people that are representing the brand, plays a big part in your success, and the image that you portray plays a big image in your success. It's based off trust. And if you don't, I mean, it's just like any other country. You go to another country, you don't speak their language, you don't look like them. You have a lot to prove off top. And then even being out, there's other black people here, but as an American, we're kind of outsiders unless we get
Mm.
accepted by the Africans here, because Africans have their tribalism here, and they strongly represent that here. So it's either you get accepted in, you get a friend there, and they're really cool with you, or you on your own. so um, so coming here and dealing with that, I met Mo, and me and Mo have been cool. We have been cool since we had met. Like we were working out together, most of our training. We started getting a little chest on him, and he became
Start.
what you see today. So, I had to throw it in there. but I started meeting
Right.
different people and different people throughout Finland, and I started building a little network here, and that's kind of helped out in terms of us building the brand to where it is today. Obviously, we got a lot more building to do. It's been a slow process with Mechanical Monkeyz because we've went through different identities and things based off the economy, trying to also make sure it fits with the Finnish economy.
Mm.
Um, I have a mindset of when a barrier is put up, there's a few different things that happen. So when people try to slow a group of people down based on the way they look, there's always openings and loopholes that they put up at the same time. And one thing that empowers me in this country that really pushes me to be able to help lead this team and help us to basically expand is thinking about what my ancestors, all of our ancestors technically, but what my ancestors went through in the States, they had to deal with Jim Crow, they had to deal with all this racism. I had to deal with racism growing up. So it was systematic racism, all that stuff wasn't new to me, but I knew how to operate and move around that stuff. It just took some time to actually, figure out how to finish this and work. That way we can learn how to operate within the barriers and boundaries that they place in front of us. So, yeah.
Wow, that's great. How about Mohammed? Because the thing is, I think the difference here is that you speak the language, and now
Yeah.
pushing. How does that? Do you feel like it's easier, or do you feel that this uh, AI and the digital world and the business entrepreneurial world is okay with English, or do you feel pressure to like representing that you're?
Bro, I feel like in Finland, it's so important to speak the language. It opens so many doors. So if you speak Swedish too, and you know this because you came here from Sweden. Like my story here is your story in Sweden, except from there you came here and you've been in Finland for a long time. I have not been in Sweden, and it's always funny because sometimes I think about, when I speak Swedish with people here, I find it, I feel a moment of pride when people ask me, like Swedish speakers, they're like, oh, like, you from Sweden? I was like, no, bro. I, I just went there for a cruise. And they asked me like, how do what I'm saying? And this ties to you specifically, Ahmed, like, because you're a Swedish speaker. And I remember when you moved to Finland, what I'm saying? And and we started hanging out. Like that, I always knew I pick up languages very well, but at a later day, I still to this day when I speak with people, they they ask me like, oh, so you're from Sweden somewhere? And they say kind of like, well, what's going on? And I was like, no, I'm from here. And it's the same thing with English. They'll think I'm not from here, but I always represent like where I'm from. I'm from here and Somalia, no matter where I am.
Mm.
So I feel like Finland's
But
one of those
but do you
countries.
feel like, yeah,
Yeah, Finland's one of those countries.
so,
It's a little different from Sweden because I believe in Sweden it's easier to get along and do things with just English. But I feel like in Finland it's very important for you to learn the language to be able to operate and move the way you want to and to get things done. The better you speak Finnish, the easier it is because
the easier
they
it
they
is.
can be an issue with translation. You know, nobody can tell me, oh, you misunderstood what this person said in Finnish. It's not possible because I speak Finnish better than I speak my own language. And it's just one of those things that kind of happens when you're in a country for since you were a baby, you know, and never went back. So I feel like that also plays a part. But when it comes to your question, I would say yes, 100%. Being able to speak Finnish puts you in a position where you can operate in the most optimal way. It doesn't mean that you're going to have it any easier, but it just puts you in a position where people will take you more seriously, much faster.
Mm.
You can be much more efficient with the moves you're trying to do. You can convey the messages exactly how you mean. There's no chance of misunderstanding or all of these things are just minimized. So I would definitely say like speaking a language specifically in a country like Finland is going to open up opportunities. If you want to stay here, I think it's one of those things that you just have to learn. It's kind of like in Japan. Like I remember when I studied in Japan in Osaka, like they had a lot of I went to an international school there, but in Japan they prioritize Japanese. In Finland, since primary school you might have English, Swedish, and English, Swedish, and Finnish all being taught to you throughout primary school. Over there, they focus much more on just Japanese first. You need to master this before you study anything else, which makes it a little bit harder because when you're a very young child, it's easier to pick up languages. So I saw it over there, and I had to learn Japanese because everything was in Japanese. This bottle, this water bottle right here, this juice, this is vitamin well zero, not sponsored, just saying. But if they want to sponsor me, let me know. Okay, so boom. This has at least 3 to 5 languages that is written on here, right? 2, 3 languages at the bare minimum. In Japan, it was only Japanese. If you don't speak it, boom, you're done because you don't know what you're saying. You don't know where you're going. All the street signs, newspapers, menus, mainly in Japanese, unless you went to like Tokyo and stuff like that. So it was the same situation over there as it is over here, except here you'll have a few more languages. But I learned Japanese much better there because there was nothing else. A lot of people didn't speak English the way you maybe thought outside of Tokyo, the way you thought. If you went to Osaka, certain places, Tokyo, but outside of it, it'll be harder. So I had to really learn the language because I knew the value
Mm.
of it based on my experience
Mm.
here.
Okay. What I was trying to ask, I think I will ask it differently, is
Okay.
the brand and the company is trying to convey something, and
Yeah.
obviously you want to be able to, whether you have the finances or whether you don't, whatever the case might be, you want to be able to go into every kind of space uh, in your society with full capacity.
Hmm.
Does do you think that Finland is allowing you to influence your creative expression the story, because I can see that these monkeys have different identities,
Mm.
and that is because of you guys. You're bringing a story, and through your creative work to convey. Do you think? Do you understand the question?
Mm. So you're basically asking, does Finland allow us to really work at our full potential?
Yeah,
Um,
the full potential. Do you think that you can actually go into all of the spaces that you need to in order for you to deliver and get the results that you need by data? And then you have, yeah.
that's actually a good question. One of the things that I wanted to make clear with the team is that we need to operate outside of Finland and beyond Finland. There's 5.5 million people here, or 5.6 if you include the Ukrainians that came recently. But the population has been the same, and the majority of people in Finland are in the older demographic, meaning that do they even meet our audience? First and foremost, that's one thing we had to get straight. So despite the barriers that they may have put up, it's like they don't even fit the crowd if they're still stuck in that conservative mindset, in which you can see how it affects the economy, especially when you got a language that's as hard as it is. You see how the whole society start to fall apart based on learning a language that's not even used in the workplace in most cases. So with that in mind, I wanted to maintain international image and appeal to more people who can actually afford the products and try to go beyond Finland. It would be nice to be able to operate within Finland, but the harsh reality is what it is, and people can try to play around it and act like it doesn't exist. But we all know it exists, and and those barriers they will remain there until the society either crash or they end up having a harsh realization that Japan's having right now. They're heading in the same path. It's the same. It's the same exact thing. This pro non immigration thing, it destroys societies, but at the same time, it also scares businesses away.
Mm.
So with that, yeah, we keep an international mindset. We want to we would like to operate in Finland. We try to operate within our means. Mo, he's been in Finland for 36 years. He knows people. He's tried to connect and create different opportunities through them. A lot of opportunities come from other business events and connections, but realistically, Finland's not at a place where I would say if you're trying to have a successful fashion company, and excuse me, unless you're like Mary Mako or some big Finnish person with a that's coming out of here, or unless you go international first, Finland's it's not going to really put you on a pedestal until then. So once you become big outside of Finland, then Finland might, hey, this is a Finnish company. I've
Mm.
noticed that. It kind of reminds me of my state back in Kentucky. It's the same thing. People leave, they get become big, and then you get the praise you deserve. So
100%.
I have another company outside of that's Lumisoft. That's my tech company that we spoke briefly about. Same with that. First client with German. The difference in terms of closing a deal within Finland and outside of Finland. It's night and day. Some people are more realistic. You don't have to prove so much. They understand that they have a goal. Now they understand that you're able to do it. They don't need to go through a extreme process just to say no or or agree to move.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
international is the way to
All
go.
right. That's it. I think it is then it is a pressure
Hmm. It is.
because this international connections and networking is not also too it's not too easy.
It's difficult.
Sometimes you just have to travel, and people got families. You got your work. You have to. It's not that easy as it looks. It
Mm-hmm.
really takes a lot of work
Hmm.
uh, for someone to be creative, and then it's at the same time try to connect to the world. Um,
Facts.
it's really not easy. Uh, Mo, I'm thinking, what what do you think now with having everything that you guys have done. Where do you think the next step is from a style and fashion standpoint?
Like style and fashion. Like, what do you mean?
Mm.
Like,
Like I
like
mean,
whether we're gonna
the
go to hats, caps, is that what you're saying, or like, what are you saying?
whatever, because this is your what you guys have done. You have developed. Now it looked like this. Today it looks like that. What's the next step? Are you going to hats or it's going to be? I know that I've seen some. What do you call the hoodies? Very beautiful ones, also.
Yeah, all of those were custom made.
Yeah, just in
Yeah.
general, the whole project. What's the next step? Is it
So
gonna be
we're
online shopping? What? Yeah,
the
where are we?
we're at we're gonna be having our drops are coming in. We have the website that we have. We recommend everybody who's checking this out right now, do yourself a favor, go check out www.mechanicalmonkeys with a Z like Zorro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we'll
Dot
bring it
XYZ.
in
Yeah.
the video. Yeah.
Yeah, so now they can get it from there, and they heard it from the horse's mouth. So boom. And what else? We got varsity jackets coming in. We got new merch coming with the shirts. We got caps coming in. We're all in the developing which ones we got a drop schedule that's coming in as well. And to be able to qualify for the drops, you have to really have to please go to the website and join the list because there's gonna be special stuff for the drop for the list, and then there's gonna be general drops that everybody can have, right? So you're gonna see it from there. We're gonna come out with new materials, new colors, new images, and there's going to be a special tier where if you want a custom monkey, we've had some customers that wanted specifically a custom monkey that from Mechanical Monkeys that had their reflection on their identity, on their background culture, and these kind of things that's been people have really liked, and we're going with 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 like a philosophy when we're making the clothes. We're thinking not only are we just putting pictures on shirts, we're also portraying like that kind of tribal connection that we all have. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that I've noticed also. Like I love our community for that because I could go anywhere in the world, and if I see another guy and I recognize that dude, somebody I know is gonna help me out, and that's something I love about our community, and we want that same kind of vibes in Mechanical Monkeys, you know.
Mhm.
And also when it comes to making the clothing, one of the philosophies that I've had when it comes to sourcing and the materials, we're trying to I'm trying to bring materials that even if this brand wasn't on there, that you can have it for a long time. Even if this brand wasn't on there, it still fits you good. It doesn't shrink like that, and when you watch it, it's not weak material. It's higher GSM, it's higher thickness. It doesn't break as easy, and all of these kind of things. So not only from a creative standpoint, but also from a foundational standpoint of when we're making clothes. The hoodies that I have, they're all still fitting me fantastically. The first shirt that we made, that's the first edition, like the one you have right now, still
Mhm.
fits me. I've had how many washes? I had it for years now, and
Yeah, I've been
this
having it
is
also for a very long time, and it's very good.
and that's just what we want. We want the found if the foundation is good, the image
Mm.
you're gonna appreciate the shirt more. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And or the garment in general more because if it's higher quality, it costs more for us to get the higher quality. We can get the cheaper stuff, right? But that's not what we're working with. We want that when we make our products, not only are they visually attractive, nice, they portray a message, but also the foundational, the garment upon which it is made, the materials are top tier because that's what we advocating. We got
Mm.
fashion shows coming up. We've already had fashion shows. We've traveled for fashion shows over here, and God willing, we've spoken about Sweden and also international markets to showcase it there. You know, give them an opportunity to see the stuff, try the things. When something's new, you know, some people get excited about it. Some people are a little held back. They want to see how other people react first. You know, early adoption, late adopters, whatever it is, and we want everybody, welcome everybody on here, son. Everybody that's watching this right now, I need y'all to go check us out, man. Trust me, there's a tribe for you too. There's a tribe for me, there's a tribe for you, there's a tribe for Ahmed. He's definitely a pirate tribe. Forget this AI stuff. And this is what we do. This is what we do, son. You know, yeah, don't get me fired up. Go ahead. Yeah,
Uh,
I hope that answered something.
Something I would like to ask is, um, you know, obviously for this kind of stuff, you know, you need a community, and I know you guys are working on it. Have it been hard to creating a community or having that reach? And
Mm,
if if it has been difficult, have you guys done any work on knowing why?
yeah,
Uh,
building a community is extremely hard. You have to be consistent. It's something that you can't lack on at all. Like you have to do it. That's just a full time job. So you have to be active 24/7, and this you have to have people in place that actually loves doing that. I would say.
yeah,
Um, so we're taking a new approach this year. We have a guy that's going to be handling all the social media stuff. He likes the social media stuff, and we're going to see how things go with that. And if he can continue to do a great job, then he will stay in that position, and we will begin to expand and actually have a place for our communities to go as we begin to build upon our marketing channels, and so people can get a taste of what we represent through these little clips that we post from different real life scenes. So it goes, excuse me, it goes from maybe like a picture, a real life picture, to a monkey picture, and all the clips and stuff like that. But we're getting there, man. It's just gonna take some time.
so, Devonta, you also you have other initiatives, right? You work a lot with AI and stuff.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So maybe a couple months ago, I went a hackathon with my brother-in-law through Lumisoft. We have been doing software development for a while. I brought him in under my wing under Mechanical Monkeyz and taught him how to become like a real life developer, more of a senior developer. Let them know that most cases, all this development stuff, all these different labels they like to throw on, it's simply because someone's using the same tools maybe a little bit longer, but within a few months you should be able to get it down. It's nothing special, especially when you have AI that can optimize things. The hackathon was an EU project in Norway. Me and him, we it actually didn't take us long to come up with the solution, but we came in first place and won that. And we have clients within that company. That company's Lumisoft. We actually started that in July last year, and we've made consistent sales within that company, offering different software solutions. And we're releasing another product called Mesa AI, which will be a voice model created for restaurants. That will be coming out really soon. Got investor meetings lined up, people who are ready to put money down, and that's the whole different that type of company moves fast. So with that, um, with it's only me and my brother-in-law for real. So we just got our sales guy back, and we have two interns coming in for that, and that's just rapidly growing. And that's one company that's more on the international side once again. But the main reason that company is able to grow the ways it grows is consistent execution, and it's easier to do than building a community. With Mechanical Monkeys and the whole process that goes with that. It's going to take us. I mean, we've been working on Mechanical Monkeys for a while, but it's still going to take us a little while to get to where we're trying to go. But right now, I think we're going in the right direction. So
This is the best part. Like when everything is on the ground and you've been doing things for a couple of years,
yeah.
and when you start seeing the companies and the initiatives actually start growing, and you
Mhm.
see them, okay, where were we 5 years ago and where are we
Facts.
today? This is the time where someone should enjoy because yeah, and you mentioned consistency. I think anything that you do, whether you're playing football,
Yeah.
whether being in the gym, whether reading, whatever the case might be, consistency. Even nowadays, a lot of people are using AI for any work that they are doing. Then
Mhm.
that, if you don't have consistency, it
Falls
you would
apart.
be, yeah, it's uh, how we're about to, when you're having fun, time goes fast. Isn't
It
is,
is. Yeah.
isn't that Mo? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
So yeah, time is about to end here. But I would want to talk a little bit about the youth. You know, people who have creative minds find usually out that they are very creative in a later stage in their lives.
Mhm.
And I was looking at this one study that they have been doing, and they were talking about that you could see these patterns on a
Mhm.
person if they're more creative or not.
Mhm.
What would you tell to a young boy or girl uh, that would want to do something in their lives,
Mhm.
create something? Where do you think that they would be able to start? Like, where's the start point? What,
Um,
yeah.
the start point is to understand that it's not going to start perfect. The first thing is to get your name out. You're going to learn from your mistakes. I would say if you can find a mentor that has already made those mistakes, talk to your like find that mentor and start there. But if you don't have access to a mentor, I mean Spotify has access to free audiobooks you can read and you can create your own mentor. But the first thing I'm gonna tell them is it's not easy because even though you're working for yourself, you're saying that you're gonna put 120 hours in every week. So you're going from if you're working a full time job, 40 hours a week, you just increased your time to 120 hours a week. That's how business works. You have to be consistent and you have to work harder than your competition because your competition in most cases may have a lot more money than you and they're able to get things done almost immediately, so you have to work at that same level with a lot less. So one thing I've noticed is a lot of people hop into business thinking that it's like the movies, that things happen overnight and everything is so easy. Remember this: Steve Jobs got kicked out of Apple at one point. It's not easy, so it's tough. But tough things like that. The reward at the end is well worth it because now you're doing what you want to do. Even though you're working a lot harder, you're doing what you want to do for the rest of your life. So that's the difference between working for somebody and creating your own brand. So you'll be able to unleash your creativity. You kind of get your own schedule. They say you get to
Mm.
create your own schedule and all that, but the thing is, like your schedule is like 12 hours. So, or
Mm.
if you work a
Yes.
full time job, it's all your free time. So you lose your friends, you lose connection. You might lose connections. You don't get to go to the little party with your boys or your that's in Amsterdam or somewhere. You can't do all that stuff. It's a sacrifice you have to take in order to become who you're trying to be.
Mm.
And once they realize that, and they are willing to make that sacrifice, within 5 years, shit, you be where you want to be.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Understand? They have to have a clear vision on where they want to be. How do you see yourself 5 years from now, for example? So,
100%. Mo, I'm thinking from a perspective of we have a lot of young guys on the streets. There's a lot of problems. Um, in our communities, most young boys, at least, they like football. Now, social media plays a very big role in everyone's lives. big difference from when we were younger. How do you think that someone could be more passionate about creating something, creating something meaningful and long term, and
I don't.
trying to make them understand that life out there is not, it's not so beautiful. It becomes ugly.
I
Mm.
mean, I don't. I think the question isn't h- how we can make him more passionate or so and so. Everybody has a passion for something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Everybody has something that they do on their free time. Question is, what are you gonna do about it? Like, okay, you like football. Are you going to, do you really see football as something you only do for fun, or is it something you do seriously? And when I mean seriously, I mean just like we cross talked about earlier. He said, like you're not gonna make it to certain parties and X, Y, Z. There's a quote, one of my favorite quotes that I heard, and it goes like this. It says that I will do things today that others will not do. So tomorrow I can do things others cannot do. So the question is delayed gratification. We all have a passion for something, and it might not be like in our community. It's like, oh, be a banker, be a doctor, or something like this, which is fantastic. But the truth is, we all grow up with our own passions and dreams and what we always wanted to do. And even if it seems distant now, it's important to take the steps towards it and just plan it out. You know what I'm saying? Get a team around you. There's another expression that says alone you go fast and together we go far. And that's why it's important to have a team and not to be the smartest guy in the team. And it's often very easy to kind of be stuck with a certain level, so to speak, stuck with friends that maybe don't see themselves as where you want to go. If you want to become a top football player and your friends want to go out every weekend, you can. It doesn't mean that you cut friendships. I don't agree with when Cross said you lose friendships, because I feel like real friendships you never lose them. I have a lot of friends that I don't speak in years, but whenever we even conversate, it continues as if nothing has happened, and it just continues. It's a continuum where it left off. And I feel like if you lost them, they were just part of your journey, and they weren't supposed to be there, and that's not a problem. And I thank them for their time and keep it moving, because at the end of the day, we all we came in this world alone, and we're going to leave this world alone. Question is, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind you? You dig what I'm saying? And I think that's the crux of the matter, where you
Mm.
have to understand that where you want to go might not be where your friend wants to go. You dig what I'm saying? And that's okay. And that's not a problem at all whatsoever, because the friendship is based on something else. Then you have business friendships, and then you're going to have work friendships, and there's a lot of different friend groups. But the core of the people you have around you preferably should either be better than you in some aspect. You know what I'm saying? I bench press way more than this AI guy. Don't worry about that, dude, man.
This
You know
guy.
what I'm saying? But and me and him, we do business together. We hang out and we compete at the gym all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Then I have friend groups that don't want to do any business. They don't want to go to the gym. They just want to have a good time, and that's cool. And I just feel like if you know what your calling is, what you enjoy doing, and if it's really something you enjoy doing, even when it's hard, you'll have the energy to do it. You'll have the energy. You'll just figure out some way to do this. The same way in our community, we like football, right? Even Ramadan, bro. Like, guys ain't even drinking water, nothing. Yeah, and they'll still play football. So other football players might be, if I can't drink and eat, I'm not gonna play football. Okay,
Mm.
that's fine. Then you have other people really have a passion for football and they love playing and everything that comes with it, and they're gonna do it whether they can drink water or not. And I feel like that's just the same thing in life. If it's something you really like doing, I really like fashion. My specialty has been in my life more in marketing and sales, and that's what I want to do. That I want to do it and see where it takes us. You know, if it doesn't, even if Mechanical Monkeys they shut down tomorrow, then I'll just figure out some other kind of fashion stuff that I can work with. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if you do some retrospective kind of research on what it is that you really find passion in. Sometimes you might have to work a 9 to 5 until you get to a certain point. That's fine. But the main point is that you're making the effort. You know what I'm saying? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just something that comes into it. Then also, there's, if you don't know what it is, I recommend there's a Japanese concept of Kaizen, finding your life's purpose. And you can look into that, recommend it for everybody who's listening to find what's your life's purpose and what brings you joy, so that when it gets really tough, it's easier to kind of keep going. And that's what I would that's what I would say. Talent alone isn't enough. You know what I'm saying? So
No.
That's facts.
just make
Devontae,
sure you
you
have your
wanted
team and
to.
everything.
You
Yeah,
wanted to.
I want to touch on when Mo said you don't lose the real friends. You know,
No, not
there's a
not the
saying.
weightlifting, right? Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Man,
Go
we can
ahead.
all go to the gym and get a good workout in. And Mo,
Yeah,
you gonna
go
lift
ahead.
my weights, bro.
Hey, hey, let's go. You know, hey, go ahead. Talk your shit. Go ahead.
But there's a saying in the States, birds of a feather flock together. And obviously, if you're trying to build something successful, but you're hanging out with the kids that are doing the exact opposite of what you're trying to do, you can start to inherit their type of habits. And that's just this is how humans work. If you they say if you hang around the barber shop long enough, eventually you'll get your hair cut. And that's just the reality of things. If you're really trying to be successful, you have to surround yourself with people who are at the level you want to be. Now, I'm not saying surround yourself with a bunch of jerks or fake people or something like that, but your core circle group or your main people that you spend the majority of your time should be people that have the same goals. Kind of like when you talk about Ramadan. You know, Ramadan, all the different Muslims are walking together in big groups. They're all, even if they're playing sports, they all work together. You know, because they know they're going through the same stuff. They can understand. You know, this is difficult, but if I'm around somebody else who's going through what I'm going through, it's a little bit easier to survive. And it's the same with business. If you're trying to create a business, but you surround yourself with mediocrity, you're gonna become mediocre. It's only a matter of time. Clock's ticking, and that's because you wanna be in a place where you're able to kind of show the people that's within your circle that you're able to either be a part of that circle to remain some type of friendship. When I say friendship, I'm not talking about on the surface level. I'm talking about like real friends that you could meet up every day of the week. You know, so just to clarify what I was saying with that. So
Great. Wow. Amazing. You know, we could go on for hours.
we can go forever.
Yeah.
Mm.
The interview is coming to an end. I would like you guys to give 30 seconds each advice to anyone, uh, whether he or she is young or, in our age,
Mm.
watching and might be in a dark place in their lives, uh, might feel that they're hopeless and feeling in between in this world that we are living in. Starting with Devontae, maybe give
Okay.
your
Yeah,
give
yeah.
your 30 seconds, first 30
Okay.
seconds, and then Mo can give his.
Okay. So the challenges that you're going through in life is part of the journey. Once you survive that challenge, it's going to make you a stronger person. Because once you go through that challenge, now you know how to maneuver through that challenge. So just because you're going through a dark time or you're afraid to start something, remember everything starts small. Before a tree comes through the ground, the roots have to go and plant its foundation before you see the tree come up out of the ground. And it's the same with you. So start with your foundation, build small habits to help you get to wherever goal you're trying to reach. And eventually, you're going to be a tree. You're going to build up. You'll reach every goal you want to reach. So stay strong, meditate to deal with any type of challenges you're going through, and you can achieve anything.
Great. Beautiful. Mo.
Man, I would say you know what you want to do. All of us really know deep down what we want to do. Question is whether you're going to take action over it. We only, like Eminem said, one life, one opportunity. Once it's gone, it's gone. There's there was a study there was a study where they talked about the things that people regret before they die. They actually did a research. You can Google it. And it wasn't what they did, it's the things that they didn't do. And it's at a young age, it's very easy to go with friends and do what's fun, and life ain't fun all the time. The sun don't shine all the time. There's gonna be rain, there's gonna be storms, there's gonna be winds, there's gonna be all of these things. Question is, are you gonna be when the sun starts shining again, are you gonna be there? You dig what I'm saying? So I would say find out what it is you really want to do, right? And even and don't, even if you got to do a nine to five or whatever, do whatever job you got to do until you get there. Do it, because we all have a limited time on this earth, and that's the reality of it. When you're stressed out, pray. It works for me. I pray. I talk to my close friends. I go see my family. Boom. And because of these things, I know whether anything works out, and even if nothing works out, I know I'm gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? So I pray. I spend time with my close friends and family, and that's that's what I'd say. Like, not to make it too complicated, to stress it out.
And bro, you forgot something. Stop trying to fit in. That's what Mechanical Monkeys stand for.
Ah, damn. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Not made to fit in, bruh.
There
Not
you go.
MMZ is not made to fit in, and that's one of the slogans. There's a reason for this, because all of us is different. We all bring something different to the table. You know what I'm saying? And everybody you look up to were not made to fit in. Ronaldo, not made to fit in. Jordan, not made to fit in. Kobe, not made to fit in. Ali, not made to fit in. All these people had troubles because they weren't made to fit in. And today you're talking about them.
Hey,
Stop playing with me. Ah,
come
man,
on
I'm
now.
just getting fired up, man. Stop playing with me, man.
Told you,
Yeah.
man.
All right. Yeah.
I also usually say meaning over matching. Meaning
Uh-huh.
over matching. Oh.
That's strong.
Hey guys, this
Yeah.
have been great. I'm so happy that we did this interview. We're
Heck
probably
yeah.
going to do more. I'm hoping to maybe move into a studio somewhere, and then you guys maybe could come to Stockholm and bring your garments and products and everything, and maybe
Yeah.
something over here.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so
And don't
much.
forget, you the plug over there in Sweden, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we got it. You just let us know. Just give
You
us
are
the
the
go and
plug.
we
I'm
pulling
not the
up.
plug. I'm not the plug. You are the
You're
plug.
the
I'm just
Swedish
here.
plug, bro. Sweden, that's you. So hey, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in
Nice.
Sweden there'd be a lot of people that are not made to fit in. They just need to hear about, the tribes.
Hundred
Yeah.
percent. This
That's
is something that we would definitely, no, definitely, we will do it. We will do it, inshallah.
Yeah, I just wanted it on
Hey
tape
guys,
so
listen,
everybody, so later on I
time
can
is
come
up.
back to this.
Time
Time is
is
up.
up, and I want to
Yeah.
thank you guys to, be able to come in here, and, I'm so happy that the journey of Mechanical Monkeys have reached very far. It's very far, in my eyes at least, because I've been following it from the beginning. You could
Mhm.
just see it from the different, logos and all of this stuff that you guys doing. I'm very grateful to have this relationship with you guys, and thank you so much. And long live Mechanical Monkeys.
Nice.
Let's
Appreciate it.
roll. Yo. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your time.